Boss St. John calls out Andy Cohen for making faces during the reunion, so let's get to it.
Andy Cohen, come here. I'm calling you to the front of the class, okay? Did you really make this face? When we were at the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion and we were talking about this.
CMO job is
a short tenure job.
It is?
Yeah.
It's not meant to be for
It is intentioned to be a long time, but what happens is that a lot of times the blame of any company's failure or its, issues with the stock falls on a CMO.
Now, I know you couldn't have meant to have a skeptical look, right? Because there have been plenty of white papers and think pieces that have been written about the tenure of the CMO and the high pressure job that it is. So even though you decided to double down with this, I'm going to believe that you were simply unaware. But now you're aware. Okay, now everyone, while I have your attention, I don't want us to be distracted by this debate about whether or not I can keep a job, okay? But by the way, do you really think that billion-dollar businesses would keep hiring a CMO who has a failing track record? No. Okay? And do you think I'd be placed in not one, but 2 Hall of Fames if I didn't do anything? No. Okay? So it's not an accident or by happenstance, all right? And let me just say the quiet part out loud, which I didn't say at reunion. Of the approximately 329 to 346 Fortune 500 companies who have a senior marketing leader in the C-suite, only 1% of those CMO roles are currently held by a Black woman. 1%. That means if we take the high number, let's say 346 CMO roles, that means 3 or 4 of those roles are filled by someone who looks like me. And oh, by the way, I know them personally. That's how small the circle is. So I hope that everyone who was skeptical is now aware of the disparity, the challenge, and the incredible amount of fortitude it takes to achieve, all right? And even though I chose to retire from corporate life, I want everyone to be aware that more than 300,000 Black women have been forced out of the workforce, not of their own volition. It is outpacing all other factions of the population. Even though Black women continue to outpace all other factions in education. Do you really think that this sounds fair? How can it be? So if you really want to debate who can and cannot keep a job, let's actually talk about that. And let's find a solution. So in closing, I quote from the great American poet, Lil Wayne.
Yeah. I'm the man around this. I'm so hot you'll probably catch a tan around this. This rap game, I got my hand around this. Yeah, I said dang, but I ain't playing around this. Yeah, I'm the best to ever do it. And you the best at never.